Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Enigmatica 2. So, don't ask me how I know this. This is vaguely a thing, and I could be wrong. But in order to make a Tier 8 Tier 8... Where are these guys pointing off to? A Tier 8 power... whatchamacallit, you know, the battery, the Tier 8 Draconic battery. I'm not sure I remember this exactly, but I built it once, and I'm wondering, I think the number is I need 93 dragon hearts just for that. For all the awakened draconium that I need for the crafting. And top of that, in order to upgrade my tools and armor, I believe I need 10 more dragon hearts on top of that. So that means I basically need 103 dragon hearts, so I've only got 99 more dragons to kill. And I'm sure that you would be very excited if I chose to do that all on camera, and I will probably not, because that seems cruel and unusual. So yeah, much fun. So that is one of the things that I am going to be working my way through. So we need an advanced dislocator. Didn't we make an advanced dislocator? Advanced dislocator. Maybe we didn't make this. So we need an unbound dislocator. So let's go home. Let's go out here and do this thing. We've got this. We're the champions. So dislocator. So we've got one. So now to make an advanced one, we'll need this. We're going to need 5 draconium, 3 ender pearls, and a wyvern core. So let's get a core really quick. So you'll also probably notice that our flux capacitor is nearly full. We're waiting on that again. And it's basically been filling from this flux capacitor from thermal expansion, which is only filling this when whatever. And because we were standing in the storage area, it was charging as we were doing stuff. So what we might do is, do we have a thermal expansion? Okay, so I didn't... Oh, right, that was Beyond the Skies. I had a bunch of stuff automated in Beyond the Skies, including a lot of the thermal expansion upgrades. Is there guys down there? That's funny. They're all trapped in there. I'm just gonna leave them. That's funny. So we need a wyvern core. One wyvern core. We need some ender pearls. I thought about putting a wireless charger out here. Honestly, we could do that, because there's a couple of different wireless charger. We'd have to make a slice and splice. I'm not sure that I'm excited about making a slice and splice. Alright, and none of the rest of these matters. So, get some draconium. We need 5. 3, 4, 5. How about some ender pearls? Ender pearls. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've forgotten how many that we needed for this thing. Advanced dislocator requires 3 ender pearls, 5, 9. So pop this in here. 1. Make sure these are single item mode. 1, 2, 3. 5. Chuck that in there. Wait. Here's Wyvern. Wyvern core. Hmm. 2, 3, 4. Well, I have to say that's pretty exciting. Bound Wyvern core draconium ingot. Whoa. Oh, because I can't count. That is the problem. One day I will learn how to count. So that gives us an advanced dislocator, which gives us 16 ender pearls, which we can throw in with the rest of them because we can. So it has to be brought down. Waking up. So what we're probably going to have to do is figure out all right, well, we've got all of that done. So like I said, let's play with a little blood magic. We've got the builder. The builder's super dangerous. Soul sand. Yay, go us. So let's do this over here. I mean, for the most part, we have everything that we need. You know what? We can do this in such a way as to showcase the builder and get some quick ores and pump some stuff into the system. So let's look at the builder. So let's also drop that in there and that. And that's going to charge pretty slowly. We don't need that. Don't need that. We'll hold on to this. We no longer need that. Upgrades. We don't need the axe pretty much ever. I don't care about it. Alright. So let's look in this one. So we'll shape cards, screens, dialing device, environmental controller. So let's go this way. We need shape card. and quarry. So our first card is actually going to be the void. So see if we can make bricks. Do we have clay? Clay. All right. So let's go to the storage, and we'll start setting up some recipes for some of these things. So for example, if we want bricks, we'll need clay. And then we're going to come over here to, this one is, we should label these. Okay. So this one smelts stuff. So we'll chuck that in there and we'll wait happily. Or at least patiently. We'll say 1 clay makes a brick. And it makes them with this machine. All right. So what else does the builder need? So shape card. Space chamber card. Interesting. Paper. We should know how to make paper. We'll say so that. So we want that. We want so this basically will destroy everything. So this voids things. So it'll just clear the space and gets rid of everything. This pretty much digs an entire thing. This digs everything with Silk Touch. This digs everything with Fortune. This digs everything with... it basically just clears everything. Clearing Silk Touch, clearing Fortune. I think that the quarry just digs out ores, whereas a clearing quarry makes the entire thing go away. Clearing Fortune, you can add a pump, because the one thing that the builder doesn't handle well is liquids. And so if you put the pump card or a pump nearby, and you tell it to pump the liquids out, you can put a drum or a container or something, and it will, provided it has the appropriate container, take all of the liquids out. So let's see what kind of things that it wants. So that, we're actually going to have to get more dimensional shards. So that, and we'll check these up in here and see what it says about what we need for our quest. So, shape card void. Oh look, we have one of those. Ta-da! So now we need just a regular shape card. Got one of those too. All right, and now we need a builder quarry, which is the shape card quarry. So we'll take that. And I bet these are food. Oh no, that wasn't food. Neither one of those. That's crazy. My preconceptions have been completely blown out of the water. Alright. Heavy plated shield. I have to admit, I'm not a super fan of shields. It could just be because I don't use them very well. So dimensional shards. So in order to get dimensional shards, we have to get dimensional ore. So in order to get this, we pretty much need a laser drill. I don't think that we're actually getting them from... Oh, we are getting them. Sweet. So the uses for this, if we stick it in an enrichment chamber, sag mill. So we can just feed these through a sag mill, which I believe is the top one. And that should start giving us dimensional shards. Right. Because we need dimensional shards. Now we also have these dimlet parcels. So, there we go. Yay! So, what those do is these are parts where you can make specific dimlets. Let's pull a dimlet out. So these are basically parts of worlds. So if we wanted to make a liquid dimlet or terrain or structure or controller, time, sky, different specific weather, numbers, for example. If we wanted to make a mob one, which is what we're going to have to do, we're going to need some dimlet templates, and we're going to need some rotten flesh. And we're basically going to need parts from we're going to need parts from where is it? That one. From whatever mob we want to be specifically showing up. So, for example, in dragons. So let's figure out where we want our quarry. I'm really leery of using it anywhere where I'm working, so we're going to mark this spot. So this is J. So home is basically that way. So if we run off kind of this way, we take this builder and we set it, say, here. And we're going to take a shape card. So we're basically telling it to void all of these things, mostly because we have thousands and thousands of them, and we don't care. So we'll say 256 by 256 by 256, and that is a silly amount of blocks. So we're going for a solid box. Now, one of the things to be aware of is you basically start in the middle of the box. So we want to offset this by, I think it's 256. There, let's pop that in there, and then we will give this a second, and we're going to give it some power. We do not want to give it a lot of power because it will eat a lot of power. All right, so we're going to output that. So that's going to charge this. We're also going to want an ender chest for it to output in. So we're going to pull the card out because I have a feeling that I have messed up the offset. So we're going to set the offset to 0 again. And we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to just try and see if we can get some of it to show up. Wow, this thing is super fast. I'm also starving to death. And that sound you hear is my armor trying to keep me from dying as I starve to death. Handy, right? To say this thing is super fast. So let's bring the size down slightly. All right. Where did I get Wither Ash? Strange. So we've got the card. We're going to bring this down to 5. Because I do not want to, like, screw this up. And... Alright. So yeah, it's centered directly on it. So the offset is going to be I used to remember all of this stuff, so turn that off and on. So the offset for the first one is going to be roughly half. So if we say 5, so or 256, 256 is going to be, oh my gosh, 128. So now we turn that on again. So there, and it's all the way down there. And we're going to basically pull this out and bump it one more. 29. So, next step, you'll notice that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to raise this by 2. So this is going to be our length, the first number. Next number, we're going to do, what's that, our height. So we'll also say, I think it's our height. Yeah. So hopefully there's nothing, need to bring that down one. Hopefully there's nothing crazy out there. And this is going to be our width, so 256th. And we don't need an offset for the width in my mind. So give it a second to form. So if we were to dig directly up from here and we say, let's mark the quarry. New quarry. And then we'll teleport home. And we come over here. Notice this giant square. I'm really hoping that there's nothing important out here, because we're about to kill all of it. And it goes way up there. It doesn't have to go up to that height. But you get the idea that this is going to be kind of silly. So, yep. Let's call it here for now. I'm probably gonna get it started and then set up a pump to deal with water and lava and various other fluids that come out. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. So questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And yeah, have a good night.